Alright, welcome to Raising Funds for World Domination, day number 331. So, once again, there are no updates on any of these items. So we will continue where we left off with development on the terminal block mining simulation game. So last night, I was stuck trying to get something to compile. I was trying to fix a warning about an unchecked cast. And I guess I spent like 2 hours last night trying to figure that out. And today, I'm happy to report that I figured that out and I got it to compile. Let's just make sure that's still true. The real Shabby says, "Good evening. You're early, are you?" No, it's about the same time that I start. Oh wait, 8:55. Oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah, I usually start at. I read the clock wrong. Yeah, I usually start about 10 minutes to 10, but now I'm on early. Oh well. I'll continue as normal then. I don't know, maybe I'll do a longer stream tonight. For a second I thought maybe my time got screwed up. Yeah, I guess after doing this every day, I always have a mental note that like this is the next thing I gotta do. Another 2 hour stream. I don't know. I guess maybe I have to now. Thank you very much for the $10. Yeah, that's 2056, 856. All right. Excellent. So I finally figured out how to get my inherited state machine to work. Which I guess when I envisioned this, I didn't think it would be so crazy and insane, but this gives me a generic class that I can use for other kinds of state machines. Okay, the whole reason I went on that tangent last night was, yeah, specifically for this. So that allows me so when I set up a state machine, so for any specific state machine, I wonder if maybe I should rename these. I almost can't even remember what they are. I always see generics just use like T as a variable. But I'm not sure if I can change it to anything. Let's leave it. Okay, that initializes that. So now this check will never be necessary. Don't have to be on my account. Thanks for letting me off the hook. I think team is used to reference type for generic. It's just stuck since I don't think there's any compiler enforced requirement. Yeah, maybe even multiple letters. Let me actually try that right now. So we'll change it to type with 50 E's. Cannot find symbol. Symbol is contains key line 65. Oh, that might have just been unrelated. It just looks ridiculous. This will prove conclusively, though, if you're going to change it. Gone through interviews, now slowly losing hope in myself. That's unfortunate. But I guess right now is an awful time to be in the job, like on the lookout in the job market. There's like, I keep seeing places, I keep seeing examples of people saying it's awful. It's like the worst they've seen it. And that it's not just like an outliers of people complaining. And there's I think a growing cohort of people who just have dropped out of the labor force and are giving up. Because labor force participation is going down. I guess it depends on where you are, but and we got wars and stuff too going on. That the war is getting crazy today. I'm curious to hear more. What is the what is the interview situation? I'm interested to hear some reports on the ground. We're asking questions about the interviewers, companies. Maybe even some follow-ups after they reject. Something along the lines of what could you improve? Yeah, I guess you can do that, but I don't think that's the silver bullet. They don't respond. Yeah, this is the thing. There's no everyone. It's like everyone assumes everything is a bot. People just assume they're going to get interviewed by AI or something, and then when someone responds, when someone sends a message that's like writes a detailed cover letter that's like, "Thank you so much. I would like to give you a heartfelt thanks for taking the time to interview me," and people just ignore it. They'll be like, "It's just ChatGPT," and they'll start saying like it's AI, even when it's not AI. I think the winning strategy in the future is going to be like getting hooked into some kind of community. Like I don't know if you have, if you went to school with people, if you can like reconnect with some of them, message some people you knew, because at least from those people, they know that you're not AI or you're not a North Korean spy. So that's another problem interviewers have. They hire North Korean spies by accident. What's next for Maestro Roberto? What's next? I guess tonight I'm going to try to make progress on this state machine class and then actually use it in the in-memory chunks class for keeping track of the cycle of a chunk globally, and then I'm going to have a separate instance of this for keeping track of the life cycle of a chunk for every client. Because any given chunk can potentially be in different states with respect to different clients. I've tried functional programming languages. Yeah, I did a course on. We had to use Scheme in university. And that really forced me to understand recursion really well. I remember in that course we would have assignments and it would take hours and hours to complete. But then at the end of it, I would come up with the answer was like 5 lines long. But after that course, it kind of really baked into my mind how to think functionally. But I think it's in practice. It seems functional programming, I think, is good for like pure mathematical stuff, like maybe if you're doing graph theory and calculations and stuff. But for practical programming, I think it's kind of too cumbersome. And there's times when it's convenient to have like state. All right. Media Tech staff Roblox. It says Dom. Is that a song? And the dude from yesterday? Yeah, I kind of remember. I remember someone who had Roblox in their name. I'm almost wondering if I should even have this second variable here, the map of states of objects. I'm a dumbass though. I'll leave the stream. Oh, you don't have to. Happy Saturday. I'm here to report on what commercials I admit that my team will show me. Interesting. I think was it you yesterday who was saying you get car ads? I get those ones a lot too. Yeah, they're advertising for those is it's very bad in my opinion. I think I'm pretty low. Like whatever market research they're doing is not very good. There's so many other products that'd be likely to buy than a car right now. It's the last thing I'm thinking of. New cars are such a ripoff. Yeah, I haven't I haven't even been in that market. But everything's getting crappier these days. But I think cars are one of the, like it's everything is kind of, the market economics have distilled everything to be as crappy as possible. So cars are becoming like throwaway. And also the fact that they try to cram so much digital stuff into it. So you have this like really specific, like multimedia display system, or like backup cameras that work a very specific way. And then when it fails, there's nowhere to get parts. People work in gentrification. Swedish made a video about it. Yeah, I think that's coming to an end. Like it's I think it's going to get worse before it gets better, but I think there's a lot of breaking points that we're approaching in the world. Like you can only make something so crappy until you try to, like, you can just I was thinking about the simple thought experiment I had for this was you could have there's a YouTube video about how much sawdust can you put in a Rice Krispie before people notice, and like 1% you can't tell at all, and then it was somewhere around like, I don't know, 50% or something. It flips, and like you can it's really, really perceptible that there's sawdust in your Rice Krispie squares. But if you are a manufacturer of Rice Krispie squares, you could put like 10% sawdust in them and nobody would notice. And then you could and then if someone found it, you could invest in like a smear campaign to like discredit that person or say it's a conspiracy theory, and you could get away with it if it's only if you just like if you do something small that's like not unethical or illegal, and as long as the return on investment from it is high enough. But at some point, if you start like making everything terrible enough, like people hate on capitalism, but I think the ultimate solution to all the problems that capitalism is causing is going to be more capitalism, and eventually like investing in stealing and fraud and scamming and stuff like that it's going to start to become a bad investment because people are going to start pushing back. It's just like same thing with like the rent eviction situation where they buy up buildings and evict everybody and jack up the rent. I think the ROI on that is starting to slow down. The rents are starting to go down in Canada. They're basically our entire economy. It consists of like putting people in setting people up on unsustainable mortgages and making them pay all their money in rent. To basically, that's the only thing the economy does. And people's incomes are just not able to support it. So this system is going to break down sooner or later. And then all the people, depending on those cash flows, all the like real estate companies are going to go under. Not just quality. Pile on the predatory lending. Yeah. instant pay for Rice Krispie squares. 1% probably just the original recipe. Yeah, I don't know. I remember seeing a video about it. I think it was titled exactly that, like how much sawdust can you put in a Rice Krispie square? Actually, what am I doing? That's not what the state machine is for. I've worked in the food industry before, albeit as a house IT guy. There's some very weird laws around stuff getting in food. Yeah, modern food is becoming just like a chemical. It's hard to tell what it even is now. 2022 Chevy Spark. 5-speed is a fantastic new car. Roll up windows, drum brakes, 60 miles per gallon. Definitely capable of handling new axle Heimberg winter. So good in snow. Excellent. I hope it's an all-terrain off-roading vehicle as well. After I worked in food industry, I worked for Eaton. We had more stringent FME rules around electronic devices. FME, not sure what that stands for. Just bought portraits and magnets from your shop. What if they reach me? Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I haven't made a sale in a while. Thank you. I'll get those processed in a couple of days or so. And swallowed that message. Oh wait, we need to find what FME was? Oh, that's weird. No worries, 50 days, minimum is enough for me to forget I ever did that. Yeah, I put that to kind of make things easy on myself, just in case it's sometimes if I'm traveling or something. But most likely it'll get there before 50 days once I get it out. Foreign material exclusion. Interesting. Did it censor that? That foreign material exclusion? Tried to send it 3 times. That's so weird. That's yeah, the more I learned about how the censorship algorithm works, the more confused I am. Yeah, how could that possibly be a censorable thing? Shosaki says, "Good evening, sir. How's it going?" If he does, what did that one evening for me when we might get those attempted messages in a few minutes? Yeah, I don't know. Speaking about censorship, I had to move my service from Russia to Germany because Telegram is getting blocked there completely. API requests included. Yeah, there's a lots of censorship ramping up recently. Lots of crazy stuff going on in the world. Saturday night, and it's time to hit the code. Yep. Perhaps the YouTube code is just so bad, we immediately jump to conclusions. Just crap vibe coded. I don't know. It has to be. It must be an AI that's deciding which chats not to send, and presumably it. I mean, like ChatGPT would be able to follow this conversation. Why can't Google? Stephen Wright says, "Hi, how's it going?" F me, can we stand for something else? That's a normal expression. Yeah, it's I guess it's like a technical term. It's not even. I don't know. Maybe the word "foreign" makes it sound racist or something. I don't know. Going well, sir. Excellent. It's going well with you. Yes, that type safety thing. That type warning. I was able to figure out how to get that to compile today, without too much time. Gemini is pretty good for following along. Yeah, isn't Gemini the Google API? I would assume that if it can understand context, then it should be smart enough to not censor things like that. The solution ended up being so one of the things that messed me up for quite a while yesterday was I was not extending. So my memory chunk state machine class was like just by itself. It wasn't even, it had nothing to do with the state machine class, but I needed to extend it. So that was just a mission on my part. And then for the class type, I just made it U. Ideally, I'd probably actually initialize that in here, but then in the in-memory chunks, when I create the instance, I had tried to do this last night, but I think the first time I tried it, I was not extending it, so that's why it didn't work the first time I tried it. Sometimes how you can just take a break, sleep on it. Yeah, that's why coding 1 hour a day is actually pretty productive. I don't know, I come back to it. Right, I think about it during the day. I think about it, I just kind of mull over the things that I tried. Foreign plus events in the same sentence. Too many censorship points. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe things for speaking in code or in metaphors. That's going to be a crazy thing in the future. The more censorship censors things, the more people are going to be more cryptic, and people will try to communicate closer to the noise floor so that there's plausible deniability and everything. And then the AI will have to compensate for that by increasing its sensitivity, and it'll have to interpret more and more innocuous things as bad things, and so that'll increase censorship even more, and then people will be more cryptic, and it's just going to be this feedback loop. Actually, I should make a video about that. Rocco's Basilisk. Yeah, I guess that's a different thing though. That sort of treadmill has already happened a great deal in my lifetime. Things that used to be politically correct terms in the 90s can become incorrect later. The beat goes on. Yeah, we're also in a weird age where there's kind of bubbles of society where the overzealous political correctness is still in effect, but then we also have war zones. And if you're in a war zone, people don't care about using exactly correct pronouns and not swearing and stuff. It's kind of not really a priority. All of the struggling that we're about to go through is going to put things into perspective. Vicky Sue Robinson. Turn the beat around. I'm not sure what that reference is about. Today I added logging, nunchucks, storybook integration on my app. Last 2 days. Nice. Don't like doing UI stuff? Yeah, UI stuff is a lot of work. It's like often a significant percentage of the application. Just heard the news about the new DLSS5 stuff coming soon. Actually tempted to buy a brand new PC graphics card. Actually, I don't know anything about that DLSS. I don't even know what that stands for. Normally I always buy outdated PCs because they're super cheap. Is it like a gaming graphics thing? technology that applies a layer of AI over whatever game or app you're using. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be interesting. That'd be interesting to play my game with that on it. Tempted to make some bonkers, rubbish, low-res games. Crank up the AI. Yeah, that would be very interesting. See, this would be more specific, but it doesn't like that. I don't know why. Argument T not within the bounds of type variable T. Be better off writing a custom client for a game in Unity or something to apply DLSS 5 over it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess in general, the fact that it's terminal output means that like it's just characters. It's a matrix of characters. There's like the possibility to just like anything that can display a text area. If I can like port the entire game to a text area. So there's lots of potential room to port it to different places. Well, that didn't do what I thought. of those dreaded unchecked casts. What I actually want in this is I'd like to specify these specifically. This may be NVIDIA's way to get out of the gaming industry altogether. Yeah, this would be an interesting way to look at it. But at the same time, though, you still need the underlying low res graphics. Like you need to produce the pixelated. You need some basic low res stuff that it's still going to have to be computed in the graphics card. Why would it ask me to cast this? Might be able to create very crazy stuff with very little. Yeah, that'll be very interesting. I'm sure people will do some interesting demos like that. And now you can vibe code a really low res thing and see an amazing immersive environment. Man, Minecraft is going to be crazy. Forest trees instead of tree foliage. Just fire. Yeah, you could do that. One thing that I never really understood about the fix that I made is it doesn't work if I just do this. I want to just do that, but I can't. People make fun of Minecraft, but the power of top-end graphics mods, you always need the top at the end hardware. Yeah, I've never actually owned a computer that's able to render that stuff. Didn't mean out of gaming. I said just nothing on the market. Just not pushing the envelope. Certainly not raising frame buffer size. I think the AI boom is too big of a deal to ignore. Can't run it on a toaster. You might be able to, but it just runs slow. Commercial, Columbia Outwear. I heard the appearance of Minecraft is based on the Doom games. Interesting. I think I thought I recalled Notch saying that he called Minecraft a Dwarf Fortress clone, in a way. Okay, here's that error. Now, why doesn't it like that? T is not within bounds. Makes sense from a business perspective. Just stick all the hardware into AI. You buy in bulk. Yeah, I think the AI boom, like once there's a bust from the AI boom, we're gonna have mountains and mountains of like really useful general purpose hardware laying around, which will eventually find something good for. So we're like basically financing the development of the hardware with AI scams. If that were to collapse, I think NVIDIA would switch back to normal in weeks. Crazy thing is, I remember learning about voxels 2003. Never thought to make a game using them. There's a library called GL for Java. Maybe I could incorporate that into the block mining game. Okay. What about this? Nope. Recursive generic pattern. Self-typing generic. Oh man. Is this right or is this nonsense? Known as the curiously recurring template pattern. Wow, there's a name for this. Oh, that might make sense. So I delete this. That didn't work. Child A extends that, but there's no template. Checked out the Git repo for Git for Java. There's a comment from 26 years ago. Git was invented until 2005. I think there was a tool for like importing history from other version controls. I guess I have seen. I guess you can. Yeah, I'm not sure how it stores dates, but I'm sure you could just reset your clock to import an old commits. I've seen like old repos from like 1960 software that people put into Git. Don't forget to like the stream. Oh, we already got 9 likes. Nice. Oh wow, we had 10 viewers, almost 10 likes, and $10 in chat revenue. SVN or HG, likely precursors. Yeah, I used SVN like once at Amazon, I think. Most of the repos were in Git, but there was one repo that was in SVN, I think. $10. Oh, we need one more like. Oh, we just need one viewer to leave, and then one person to like. Then we'll be at 10. Oh, nice. Now we just need one more viewer. Then we're 10. Come on, YouTube. Give us one more concurrent viewer. Oh, I guess down there it says 10, but not up on the side. Come on, YouTube algorithm, do your thing. There we go, nice. 10. Mission accomplished. Okay, now maybe I can figure out how to do this generics thing the way I want. So I want to extend this. Base class T extends base class T. Is that right? This is a crazy thing. I don't even know. So type can be a type of thing. T is a type of thing. That extends the outer class, the base class. Okay, maybe that makes sense. Oh, maybe what I want is okay, that's a crazy looking thing, but maybe this would work. Want to sleep? Want to continue developing? Watch the stream. Plus, I promised to host an AI event in 6 hours, 45 minutes. Hosting an AI event 6 hours, 45 minutes? That's enough time to sleep. It's hard to present things when you haven't had much sleep. Okay, I think this is not working, which doesn't surprise me. It's worth a try, I guess. I mean, really convenient if this would just work, though. Gotta get some shut-eye. Have a good night. That's basically what I was doing. Will this work? Oh, maybe this is gonna work. Oh, excellent. That's what I needed to do all along. Excellent. Now I can just centralize everything in that class. All right, that's what I wanted all along. All right, so that's probably it for tonight. So that was a good win to figure out the correct way to do this. I guess I was overcomplicating that before. And this approach will be much simpler, so I can have some like generic. There's many many things I'll probably use state machines for. So I'll have like a generic state machine class. And this way, instead of having different sets that I move chunks between. Now the in-memory chunks. Oh yeah, I'll have to. I guess next I'll probably pass in a reference to the in-memory chunks, and then maybe I'll have like a callback here. Then I'll call back to the in-memory chunks class. And also I'll be able to delete some of these variables. So then we'll just cycle over required chunks. And all this nonsense about like newly required chunks. Remove all last required chunks. Oh yeah, I gotta figure out, but half of this will be deletable. All right, I guess I'll have another. Well, I guess that's much simpler. I just have to. Well, I don't know. I'll think about it next stream. Anyway, I can remove some of this complexity. And then I can have like generic. I can have generic rules in the state machine class to throw exceptions when I try to do invalid state transitions, which was a big source of bugs in all this code here. All right, that'll be it for tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow night for day 332, I guess. All right, have a good night.